Test. Okay, this works. Morning. So for this week, what do I see? We had a nice movement down right now, and it looks like the market is definitely looking for liquidity. We are not done yet. We just made a huge amount of trendline liquidity right here. We have an opening gap of about 100 points. Yeah. We do not have any news coming out, so we should be okay. We just have some yellow folders the whole morning session, so we could have a movement, but nothing very big. We only have a red folder at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, but that will not be for us. So what do I see right now? So we swept liquidity right here. We taken it twice, and now it's looking like we have a small shift to the upside. We just made a change in character right here on this last down movement. If we could come back to this gap low, just below us, 25,070, I would long off of it. If we do not come back down and we just have like a small retracement, I'll see if we can take a long too right now. At this point, I would trade longs to this area, to that opening gap. So we came down, we came back up, but that was Asia itself. So I prefer actually that London does this instead of Asia itself. So at opening, we had a 100-point move. We came back up, we closed it, but I prefer to see it Asia too instead. So now we hit it just a 4 hour for value gap, and we're trading into a 15-minute too. Let's see in a few minutes what the market does. As the market starts flushing down, we're coming to this opening gap, so we can take a small short to this gap. If we continue up, we'll just take a long. The same movements, I want to take it up to here, 25,600. The reason why I want to see it come back to here is because we had a break of structure with this opening to the downside. We had a small retest of it, not a big one. We should come back all the way up, actually to here somewhere, to around that 25,800. That would be actually a full retest of it, and then that continuation downwards. For now, let's give it a few minutes, see what happens. If we get some form of retracement back into that lower 15-minute, that would be great too. Would long off it just the same. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Morning, Abhimanyu. Excuse me if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Morning, Virle. So I'll go in details over what I see right now. I was just setting out the mobs. I actually did not see any charts this weekend, so I did not know what actually happened. I seen that silver took a nice plumb down at about 30%, I believe. Yeah, that would be about 30% from the highs. But this is very normal, guys. So there's nothing wrong with that. Was a 41% drop, but that's nothing compared from we came to. We came from $24, so we went up about 300%, even more than 300%. So this is very normal. If we moved up about 400% and we moved down 40%, so that's very normal. What do we see here? We had a drop, we had actually a break of structure, moved up, we closed it, and we didn't take out the lows yet. So as long as we don't take out this wick, the movement is still up. Here we're still in this choppiness. Look at these weeks. We've been going sideways for so many weeks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10 weeks of sideways movement. So sooner or later, we will have a huge breakout, up or down. Which part doesn't matter. We'll follow along, of course. So previous week low has already been taken. We had a break of structure to the downside with this opening, and I believe that we want to have a retest of this now. So if the market moves up, it will come all the way up to here, at least. Back to that opening gap, and even take out Asia high. So this would be Asia high. I'll take some stuff off the chart right now. It's a bit. That was our 4 hour right there. I'll give it another 5 to 7 minutes, see what the market first brings, and then I will take a look if we can find any entries. I want a long off of the lower part right here, because that would be the retest of the move that we are making right now. So we've just made a full change in character. If this candle stays above it in the next 15 minutes, so in this 15 minutes, if it stays high enough, we just cleaned out internal liquidity. And then we're definitely heading for this a higher part of Asia, so that opening again. Seen that Bitcoin has dropped too. So like I said, 98,000 was my selling, 89,000 was my selling again, so I sold in this region, and I'm probably gonna rebuy it very soon. I will rebuy it very soon. That means that we just made another 15% on the money because we sold $1,000 above. And we're just gonna rebuy it right now. So we actually had our Bitcoin 16% cheaper. So that's a very great accumulation phase. If we can come one more lower, that would be 65,000. We will see that soon enough. We got another 4 months of sideways and cryptocurrencies too. At least 4 more months downward sideways movement. I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna watch what the chat said. Give me a minute. Okay. Oh, nice, Arjun. Looks like the orb is going to close to the upsides. As of now, I am setting break even at pre-op rates. Did you take pre-orb or Arjun? So this was 8, 5, 8, 10, and 10. So this would be the close that you had. So you should have entered on this one, and you should be on profit if you took the pre-orb. Because this would be the chart. So there should have been an entry. Then we had a movement up. We can come still back down to this 5 minute fair value gap right here. There's still a possibility that we retest this. So on a 5 minute, this should be your TP1 also. This was first liquidity, we got grabbed. Not sure if that even was worth anything. So this was taken, there was no fair value gaps inside, so you should have put your stop at this wick or halfway. It was up to you. If you put it halfway, that would be great too. Would even be better. So that was 1 hour first TP, and if it keeps going, yeah, this can go. I would say this void is very important for you, Arjun. If you are in long orb, pre-orb, this void right here. That would be POI, point of interest that the market can change again. That would be a full 2R. Depends if you put it on your stop, that would be 1.7 or 1.5. It's been a while since I traded orb. So I want to be patient. I want to have a long from this area. That would be the best possibility spot that I can see right now. Or we have to have some form of retracement back into a gap. Because here you can see we had that change in character. We don't even need that one. At 30 minutes, so we came down, we came back up. If this one closes high enough, so we got about 40 seconds. If this one closes and stays in this high at this level, we just had a full change in character then. And a 30-minute is long enough of time to actually say that the market is going to move that direction. There's a possibility that we come in the next 30 minutes, back down into this fair value gap. That would be a good entry point, but I would prefer the lower part. So we closed above, so we had a full change in character to the upside. Let's see what this opening does right now at 30 minutes. If we could get some retests back down to this, I'm gonna long off of it. Well, I would prefer to long from this area. Stops at the low. I'm trading for this opening gap. This is what I want to trade off. So we're gonna put that limit order already in. It can change that it goes a little bit to the upside. It will depend on how this candle actually forms. If this candle forms up immediately and goes higher, we have to change our entry point to then. It will depend on how these candles, the next one forms. But we can see definitely there is strength to the upside. We had a candle of about 100 points, I believe, on the last hour. Yeah, 117 points. Definitely a clean movement to the upside. If you go straight up, Arjun, I would say this would be your full TP. If you're still in that long, but if you can sit behind the screens, let it ride and see how far we get. I would take at least some profits once we hit those highs. We are here in an, like I said, a void that the market can definitely react off to. Just keep it in mind. But if this keeps going to the upside, yeah, the market is definitely showing strength to the upside. Wednesdays will be done a bit early, so Wednesdays I will be here from 8 instead of 9, so 1 hour early. Wednesday to this week, this Wednesday the 4th, I will be 1 hour early. I need to go at 10:30. Yeah, it's okay, Asu. Yeah, that Brahmin bear, that was my dog. Not sure that you could hear it, but he's always happy that he can be here. So if you're new to trading, I would recommend to VWH1 Sky. I would recommend that you definitely do some brain exercises. I mean, say some positive sentences that your brain can actually adapt immediately, that you are a profitable trader. The sooner that you get that into your brain, the better and the easier it is actually to become a profitable trader. It's you believing that you can be it that actually makes it easier for yourself. And if you're very new to trading, actually, I would definitely recommend to keep it on a higher time frame to start with. So don't go trade anything below the 5 minutes. Stay above the 5 minute. A few points for you as a new trader. First of all, make sure that you have a structured plan that you trade with so that you actually can repeat the process over and over again. It's just building a skill. So the faster that you do this, the better you will get at it. Second of all, journal all your trades. So make sure that you can review every trade that you take. It's just for your own mental capacity. So if a trade doesn't go correctly, that you can rewatch your journal to see that the process over time always is good. That's why that we journal. Yeah, this will just keep going probably. This looks nice. So in this area, we have a 1 hour FEG that we could react a little bit of. But this looks like it will keep going right now. There's too much strength behind it. So, and if it's aiming for anything, so I would say liquidity, that it always aims for liquidity. So markets was drawn from liquidity to liquidity. So if this was the first change in character downside, we should have had a retest off of this. So if you take the highs, we actually did have that retest right here. So this was done. Now we have a second movement. So we can take the same movement, and this was the full movement again, because here we have that break of this previous low. So you can draw it from here. I would say just above the high is 50%. So I'm actually aiming for Asia high. It will take out. But if we draw it completely from the highs from the previous, that means that the 50% is just at Asia high. So that means that we could actually go all the way back up to this level. Keep it in mind, I would say the 50% would definitely give some reaction, because then we took out the opening gap one more time, and that would be great to see. But at this point, it's moving upwards, so just let it do its thing. Once we hit that void that I just shown again, that POI is at that void actually. This will the only thing that I can see it could have changed hands off of. Because we have 1, 2, almost 3 for value gaps right here that has a lot of open orders left into, and our void shown that there was definitely strength in this movement to the downside. But if we hit this level, I'm taking this order off. So I want to see it go down first before we continue. If it just keeps going up, I'm not gonna enter it. I want to be patient for that retest off of it. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. That's all fine. If I see a strong movement down, we could maybe take a small short down to this level too. But we will see if that is possible, yes or no. So we need a shift in change in character downside. We need a value gap to be able to enter it. So that will be on a 5 or 3 minute time frame then to enter it. Oh, and for new traders, make sure that you always be patient until a candle closes before doing anything. It will help you take only good setups. The main stuff is where I should start, what things I should focus on. Okay, first of all, to start. Okay. To start, you need one plan. I'll even put on the screen. Just make a copy. Start with a plan. So you don't need to learn a lot. You just need to learn some things. So first of all, you need a plan. The reason why you need a plan is that you know what kind of strategies you're going to do. So the plan is together with one escalator. It's the same as one strategy. If you have no idea what a strategy is or where to find one, send me a message on Discord. I'll help you out. Second, you have to test the strategy. Not to know that it works, just for yourself, that you can adapt to your brain. First of all, that you can see that it works, and second of all, that you can recognize where to enter and where not to enter. So you do need to have a little bit of testing of the strategy. I would recommend not to do this longer than 6 months. Back testing is more than enough, and then I would immediately start trading. I would not be patient very long. I would recommend that you trade as soon as possible on a prop firm so that you actually learn to control the stuff that's behind it. You will learn soon enough what I mean by that. But then you have to trade with real money, first of all, before you actually can have those feelings. So that's the strategy. Second of all, third of all is one time frame. Forward, 2 trades a day, max 5, journal 6, review, and 7 repeat. If you want to know what kind of information you need to learn from trading, that's something different. I'll put that beside it. info you need to learn. First of all, you need to know what kind of market you will trade. So one market is more than enough. Don't take 3, 4, 5, 6 markets. Take one, more than enough. Then you need to know what is liquidity and why. Second, you need to know is this will depend on actually what kind of strategy you do. But if you know what liquidity is, and then second of all is market structure. If you know those two things, you actually know the most that you need to know. If you know liquidity and why that is liquidity, and then how the market moves, so that's market structure. So with market structure, I mean what is BOS, a break of structure, and why. Why is it? What is a changing character, and why? If you know those things, you actually know what the market is moving and why the market is moving in certain ways. And then you need one kind of entry. Make it very simple. The more easy it is to repeat the process, the easier it is to actually do it. So if you want to know what liquidity is and why, so what do I mean by what is liquidity? Move these things around a little bit on the side. So what is liquidity? An opening. Let's move this a bit on the side. So this is an opening, so this is liquidity. Sessions highs and sessions lows are liquidity. Previous day high, previous day lows are liquidity. And then for value gaps, anything in between are also liquidities. So look, what would you say? Double tops, something like this. This is liquidity. Openings, so gaps. This is an opening from the week opening, but we find that internal sometimes too, small gaps, and those are voids. Those are also liquidity. Then you have to know what kind of entry model do you like to prefer to take? Do you prefer to take it as a retest, or do you want to jump straight into it once the market is moving? And then you have to watch the charts move for at least 2 weeks, something like that, so that you actually know what the market moves and how the market moves. So you will see openings at 9 o'clock, you will have a push. At 10 o'clock, we will have a push too, because we are 1 hour behind. At my time zone, I am 1 hour behind London. So in about 10 minutes, London goes open, and then we will have another push. Then you have to know why certain candles move in certain directions. So why this is a displacement candle, and this is if you know what a fair value gap is, that's actually a candle's body between two. We have a fair value gap is the opening of the wicks that are not touching each other. So the body that's open, left open into it, what I'm just showing on this chart, that's a fair value gap. If you know that model, you don't need anything else. You don't need actually a breaker block. You don't need it inverted fair value gap. If you just remember fair value gaps, that's actually the easiest one to spot and the easiest one to trade off. And just be patient. The market will always come back to you. What do I mean by that is, if you're not a trader that jumps in a trade immediately when the candle is moving, just be patient until that market comes back to this area and then do the same movement again. Because markets, if they start moving from one direction to another, they tend to come back to that area because they have left open orders in these fair value gaps. So they tend to come back to 50%, that's fair value price, and then between the 7, 8, and 62 level is the most common place that the market comes back to. So that would be a great entry, stops at the highs, and then just trade it back down. What does it aim for? If the market continues, it aims for this low again. So even though if you didn't have the first trade, if you just took the second one and aim back for that low, that would still be a great trade. And then you didn't chase the market, you just had patience for the market to retest and then continue that movement. Nonetheless, you didn't get there on Friday, but you still would have been in profit. 1.7. Without chasing the market, but know that this took a long time, so you have to be okay by not watching the charts. Just let that trade do its thing without you being there. So those are a few points that I can give you. From the RV. I'll have to take a look what that one is. Yeah, that was one of the best mental states that I was in at that point. I was very clear-headed. Nothing to lose. I had everything that I wanted already. The best mindset that you can have is then at that point. I'll take a look if I find it in a minute. So I'm leaving my limit order open at this point. We will see in about 8 minutes if this market skyrockets to the upside. I'm not going to jump into it. I'm going to be patient. So we tapped that point of interest, like I said. Now let's see what it does. Does it move the market further down, or does it actually continue to the upside right here? Okay, clean came into this void. So that's one strong hourly candle. So this definitely would be my point of interest to take something off. I do want to see a shift. If I see a nice shift to the downside, we can maybe take a short down, but I do want to see a clean shift first. I'm not gonna trade straight off that tap. That would have been not smart at all. Because we're not here to predict what the market does, we're just here to follow a system. And my system is very, very clear. So all what you need to do is have a break of structure or change in character to a certain distance, to a certain movement, and then we normally be patient for that retest off of it. So once it hits back this level, it should continue to the upside. If it doesn't and it moves down again, we just made a break of structure to the downside again. So that means that we can short further down. That's the good thing on this strategy. If you're most of the time, if you're incorrect, that means that the market just didn't want to do your thing, and that's okay. You have to be okay by not winning too in this industry. That's one of the only industries that you have to be okay with not winning. Because we got about a 58% win rate. So that means that 4 out of 10 trades are not winners, and you have to be okay with it. Okay, I'm gonna take some stuff off the chart for a second because now it's getting... Okay, this is more clear. We got 3 more minutes till 10. Good trade, Veerle. Happy for you. Yeah, this was a clean shift. If you entered somewhere this area, that would be sweetly nice. So just 10 o'clock in about 30 seconds. That's an awesome Monday for you. Should you trade every day? It depends. I don't trade every day. I'm behind the charts most of the times every day, but I do not trade every day. If it doesn't come in my session, I don't trade. So I'm patient until the market shows me its hand. When the market shows me its hand, I'm trading. You don't need to create a habit to trade every day. You just need to be just taking the setup that actually is supposed to be taken. I could have jumped in a trade straight once we got online. This was 9. This one, so I could have said, okay, let's jump in it and we continue long. But I'm patient until that comes back to one of my entries, and then I'm going to take a long. And if I see a clear entry model like this, I'll just leave this open and I'm not behind the charts. My stop is down here. If it takes me out, I know exactly how much I give to the market. This is a 96 point, so a decent amount. But you don't have to trade every day. But that's a very good question that you asked. Let me say it like this. You don't make more money by trading every day. And you don't have to either. Okay. If we come back to this 1 minute gap, I'm taking a short. See if we can get that up. I'm in a short right now. Could be too soon too, but I'm okay. I want to see it continue right here. If it doesn't, stops are at break even. It needs to push through here directly. If it comes up, I'm out at break even. Again, I'm at break even or just above it. Just took one off and I'm here with my stop. So if it comes back, I'm out. I want to see it push straight through right here. So why we dropped, we had a break of structure, smaller time frame, of course. We came back, we tapped that 2 minute for value gap, and now we need to continue. If we don't, we're hitting for those gaps. So I'm still with that in my mind too. But it looks like the movement will continue. So I want to see it hit at least this level. If we could get it all the way back to our limit order, that would be even better. That means that we had almost a 3.5 order we can make. So definitely decent trade. Let it ride. So what was 1 R right here. Take profits like you guys want to take profits. I'm just gonna let this thing do its thing. I want to see it ride a little bit lower. If it comes back to my entry, I'm okay with it. I would love to see it hit a bit lower than this. So this would be in second TP already. I'm gonna explain why TPs and where the TP should be for the new people in here. So first of all, this was liquidity. And this one was also liquidity. So we entered on a 2-minute based. So we had the movement down, the structures changed, the retest off of it, and this was actually that TP1. This was first liquidity because we have a small fair value gap right here, so we can have some reaction off of it too. I would prefer to see it continuously drop, because then that means that we are coming back to my entry, what I wanted to see it hit, to take a long off of it. But if we make this trade and we get a 3R out of it, I'm not gonna take that long either. I'm not gonna give back the profits that we made already. There's no need for it. If we don't, then we get break even stopped. That's fine too. Then I'm able to take that long again. But for now, it looks good. Let's do its thing. So on a 50-minute based, we could have that reaction back to the upside. So we want to see what happens right here. I hope it continues. If it doesn't, break even. No, it's 0.1. Oh, we did have a 5-minute fair value gap just above us, so we're now tapping this. So if it moves now the market back down, that would be great to see. Then we can put our stop at this high. But we were trading against the trend that the market was doing, so this is why I put my stop faster to break even. If we are trading with the trend with it, that's something different. Because now at this moment, the market was moving into a direction of liquidity. This is why we are trading against the now trend. We are not trading against the major trend. The major trend is down right now because we were moving in this direction. But in the now moment, what we are doing right now, so this is important if you trade intraday. You have to know what you're doing right now. So right now, the market was moving up. So this was a trade against the trend that we are doing now. So journal this one, that will probably be break even. Was a short that we took, we jumped into this at stop me, by the way. Nonetheless, this can still move down. I just didn't want to take a risk off of it. So we got in at this 10.04 and I got set break even at 10.10. We are the 2nd of February today. I'll take a screenshot of this. Okay, should have maybe had 5 more minutes time extra. Gotta put that also in my journal. Stop not placed. Because of the 5 minutes FUG created after the entry. Yeah, I moved my stop already before actually this 5 minute was created because we ended on this candle. But we did not have a 5 minute yet. So we ended actually on this top of this candle and this one waked me out. So here, this was internal liquidity that we grabbed. We came to a 1 minute fair value gap. We actually tapped it and we saw immediately a shift back to the upside. Now we want to follow order flow. So this is what we're trading. We're trading orders and we're trading actually the movements of the market. So what is the market doing right now? So it made a break, it came back, it retested it, and now it's hanging here. So, or it's gonna push immediately back up to those highs, or it's gonna continue falling to this lower. So, after internal liquidity grabs, most of the time it will continue. We will not jump back into this. I need a new break of structure downside, new 3 minute for value gap, then we can jump back in to still trade to this level. But when that happens, don't do anything. If you made the choice not to take profits, be okay with it too. It's just be okay with every outcome. In the long run, you'll make profits. Again, I'm going to explain exactly why I took this trade. So, first of all, changing character, a point of interest. We came up and we got rejected with a wick. We had a changing character on a lower time frame, of course, where we actually took out an internal structure. After taking out an internal structure, I was waiting or being patient for the fair value gap. What did we see? We had a 1 minute fair value gap right here, or a 2 minute too. We had a structure down and we tested it. We came back into it. The only thing is, I put my stop on a 1 minute instead of a 2 minute. And that 1 minute actually here came back into that liquidity and it just tapped us out. Again, reason why I stop faster to break even is because we were trading against the major trend. 5 minute based, we didn't take any structures yet. We didn't make a change in character yet. So if we don't do it on a higher time frame, make sure that you put your stop very fast to break even. Because the 15 minutes is showing you the direction of the market. And at 15 minutes, we didn't do anything yet. We came into a 15-minute fair value gap right here, and we got rejected off of it. And that was a very good idea to put our stop fast to break even, because now we would have definitely got stopped anyways. This limit is still open right here, so we're now heading for that 1 hour for value gap. If you're still in this long origin, second TP is going to be hit in about 2 minutes. TP1 was avoid. This would be second TP that you're in, so just follow along with it. And full TP would be Asia high. Again, if we hit the next value gap, where actually my TP would be from this limit long, I'm taking that limit off. Probably my limit already moved up. This does not look like yet it's done, so let it ride up. If you can get it all the way to here, that would be a great trade for you now, Arjun. Very happy for you. I got about 20 more minutes. If anybody has a question, just ask. Well, there's somebody actually took this last week. I'll delete this for a second. Did somebody take this short down last week? Because this was definitely a clear shift. Look, this 4 hour was a very beautiful shift. This was also Thursday, so it was a clean entry that we could have taken, that you could have taken, just shorted back down. 4 hours showing that the 1 hour actually the same. Okay, that was Thursday night. The reason why I'm asking this is because if you've seen it happen, so we had an opening, we had actually a break to the upside. And we didn't retest this break actually the first time, so this was a break to the upside, and we came and actually fully retested this opening. And then actually we moved immediately back up. Clean trade too. I was not behind the chart, so I didn't see it. So I'm not going to take a trade right now just because we are in the middle of two liquidity pools. I want to see if it hits Asia high and we have a changing character back to the downside. I want to take a short off of it. If it hits that limit order right here, I want to take a long off of it. I'm not going to trade straight out of this halfway through system, so there's not much that we can do right now except of watching the market move in a certain direction and be patient until it gets there. Again, or I want to short after we took taken out Asia high, or I want to take a long from the limit order that's actually still on the chart right now. It will depend on which one hits first. Oh, nice, Philip. I did. I did. Took profit really early. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can do. Enjoy for Arjun. I'm doing the same things. If no more charts, going into the garden is something that actually really gets you back to into your body and back to the normal state that you should be in. So definitely a good recommendation. Do something outside. Same for me. It's another 5 more minutes and I'll be off too. So if anybody has a question, it's now to ask. Otherwise, it will be for tomorrow. Stories niet zo makkelijk. Moet je daarin houden? Oei, kijk dat niet. Hij wil zien, ja. Oh, nice. Nice to hear. I actually had a wonderful weekend this weekend. It's been a while since I've been dancing, so I love to dance actually. And it really got back the energy that I needed. Now then dancing is something you don't do with the mind, you do it with feeling, so this is why I like it so much. I'm always doing something with my mind already, so it helps me to relax. I'll do the same, so I'm not gonna take another trade right now. It doesn't look like it wants to do much. Just sit here a bit. What did we do? So we came into a fair value gap, we got rejected off those highs, and now it's sitting here. So probably we'll move down right now to this opening gap, or to this gap right here, and then see where the market moves from. For now, it's just sitting here, so I'm not gonna be patient right now until the market moves. I'm just gonna be patient until we get to this lower levels. I will set an alarm on my chart. So once we hit those levels, I will get notified, and then I will see if we can take a trade off of it. So I wish you all a very great trading session for the rest of the day, and I will definitely see you all back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading. Nice to see. Nice to hear. Enjoy. See you back tomorrow, guys and girls.